Well, thank you, Ambassador, and Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say it is a real genuine pleasure to be with you here this morning. And I too would like to thank the Encontras and Latia teams for organising it, and His Excellency, mon amigo, the Dean, El Dino, as we affectionately call him, for asking, El Dino Grande is what I'm not allowed to say, for asking me to speak to you all this morning. Now, next month marks 8 years since the British government launched the Canning Agenda, and our intent then was to revitalise relations with the countries of Latin America across the board, supporting their economic development, boosting British trade and investment, strengthening cultural and economic ties, and working together on global issues such as climate change. And I think I can confidently say that our relations since then with countries in the region have certainly been revitalised. This year saw the first visit by a British Foreign Secretary to Peru in half a century, and to Argentina and Chile in over 2 decades. And we've also welcomed Latin American heads of state to the UK, and our Prime Minister's trade envoys, very importantly, are more active than ever in the region. And when Theresa May attends the G20 in November, she will be the first serving British Prime Minister ever to visit Buenos Aires. Our business links are flourishing, particularly those businesses like JCB, De La Rue and Anglo-American that have lasting links already to their markets. And similarly, Shell is another of these and is now the largest foreign investor in Brazil, where overall UK investment has more than doubled since 2010. And last year, BP opened its first petrol station in Mexico City, and investment is growing strongly elsewhere in the region as well. Now, it's not hard to see why, because taken as a whole, the region is the world's 4th largest economy. It represents 7% of global GDP. It's almost twice as many people as the United States, and many of them are part of a rapidly growing middle class who have got money to spend, and they have high expectations of their public services and their infrastructure. And that infrastructure is in need of significant investment. And the Inter-American Development Bank estimates that across the region, between 5 and 7% of GDP needs to be poured into infrastructure every year. And it's clear that not all of that can come from the public purse, so other means of raising finance are being considered, such as pension funds, green bonds, and public-private partnerships. So this means that there are real opportunities for the UK, ranging from the world-class finance-raising capabilities of the city to our company's proven track record of delivering large-scale infrastructure projects. Our construction industry is recognised the world over for its experience in the planning, development, and regeneration of urban areas. It has unrivaled expertise in project management and in harnessing new technologies to create low-carbon and sustainable buildings. It's at the forefront of thinking on modern cities, offering new solutions for everything from water management to transport. Now, since last year, the UK government's been helping our leading infrastructure firms to secure major international contracts around the world through a new partnership called Infrastructure Export UK, very imaginatively known as IE-UK. My colleague, Baroness Fairhead, Lady Fairhead, is its co-chair, and she's also our Minister for Trade and Export Promotion, and she's very much focused on opportunities in Latin America. She visited Colombia and Peru over the summer to discuss how we can match their infrastructure needs with UK expertise, and from talking to her, I know how passionate she is on the region. We've also set up a joint UK-Peru infrastructure task force led on our side by Mark Menzies MP, who is our trade envoy to Colombia, Chile and Peru, and more than half of UK investment in Peru is in mining, but both sides are keen to diversify into other areas such as infrastructure and healthcare. Now, Mark and our colleagues in our Department for International Trade are also working with the UK construction industry to support airport projects in Cartagena and Bogotá, and railways in Bogotá, Medellín, and Lima. Now, I know that digital technology and innovation are a key focus of this year's forum, and here too, the UK has a great deal to offer our Latin American friends, not least as a world leader in fintech. One area in particular in which this expertise could have a big impact is in providing more people in the region with access to banking facilities. Because while the middle classes may be growing, it's also true to say that around half the people in the region still not have a bank account. And this has significant implications, not just for these individuals, but for society and the economy more broadly. And UK firms can play a crucial role in improving financial inclusion by providing easier access and more cost-effective solutions to this challenge. Now, this was the focus of a fintech trade mission to Mexico last month, which we hope will lead to some productive new partnerships between UK firms and Mexican financial institutions. Now, it's not just the UK private sector that is investing in the region. The UK government is also spending £500 million a year in Latin American and Caribbean countries over the next 5 years through our Prosperity, International Climate, and Newton funds, designed to promote economic development, tackle climate change, and increase collaboration in science and innovation. Now, as well as encouraging more British investment in the region, we also want to boost our exports. And at the moment, the UK and the Latin American region account for less than 2% of each other's exports. And it's clear that we can and must do better. There are attractive opportunities in a wide range of sectors, from financial services and food and drink to education and oil and gas, for example. And in Brazil and Mexico, there are substantial opportunities for UK suppliers in the marine and offshore construction and maintenance sector. I mean, Mexico plans to invest $6 billion in oil well services, which is an area where UK firms have such long-standing expertise. So, ladies and gentlemen, the countries of Latin America are increasingly important partners for the UK. They present significant opportunities for British investors across a range of sectors, and there's huge scope to increase our bilateral trade. And the UK government is profoundly and genuinely committed to supporting this effort and to promoting economic development across Latin America. Now, to that end, we will continue to provide direct support to British companies who are seeking to invest, and we'll continue to work in close partnership with governments across the region to strengthen our ties, to support our shared economic ambitions, and to promote our mutual prosperity. Now, today's forum is an opportunity for you to make connections, match needs with expertise, and with any luck, pencil in some concrete plans. So I wish you all a very productive day, and I hope to see some definite outcomes being announced at the earliest opportunity. Thank you all very much.